Local 6's Stephanie Martinez shares the responsibility you carry when driving.
A few years ago, drinking and driving was the main concern on roadways. Now we know distracted driving is just as dangerous. By taking your eyes off the road for just 2 seconds, it doubles your chance of being in a crash. Behind the wheel, you're in control.
See, there's lots of distractions even when you're not on the road.
Like other parents, Virginia Griffith knows a little about distraction.
Having things set up, we're traveling right now, so I have her DVD player going before we hit the road. It's just all eyes on the road.
Distracted driving can be deadly. Trooper Greg Miller says 58% of teen crashes are because of distraction.
Average text message, a person traveling 55 miles an hour runs 100 yards.
Think of it this way.
So you've already passed 2 football teams, cheerleaders, and a pep band going down the road that you never even saw, just on that matter of time you're responding to a text.
Hands-free and vehicle technology does not mean distraction-free.
Not just her life and my life, but everyone around us. It's a real responsibility when you're driving a car to make sure that you're looking out for everyone out there.
Illinois State Police will be looking for people committing one of the Fatal 4 violations: distracted driving, not wearing a seatbelt, speeding, and of course driving under the influence. In Massac County, Stephanie Martinez, WPSD Local 6. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it's that diagnosis that comes with a lot of emotions. That diagnosis also is extremely stressful, and that's why it's so important for those with a breast cancer diagnosis to have a good support system. Well, our next Friends in the Fight story is from Morgan Elementary guidance counselor Amanda Farley. And we're learning this morning how empathetic students can be and the rallying support she has from the school. As one cheer mom sits in the stands at a football game, she sees it. Fight like Farley. The encouragement is on shirts worn by fellow teachers and in the notes from her students.
Dear Mrs. Farley, stay strong. You are the best, and I love you so much. I hope you come back soon. You are pretty just the way you are.
At 39, Amanda Farley is winning her fight with breast cancer.
My journey started back in March 15th of last year is when I was diagnosed. After we got the pathology report back, things changed pretty drastically and our plan changed. Instead, it was invasive.
Doctors gave her a stage 3 diagnosis.
I said over and over, I could handle the diagnosis, I could fight, but telling my child was going to be the hardest part because she didn't get to meet her grandmother. So my mom passed when I was 19, and so I knew my daughter was going to be fearful of, you know, your mom didn't make it.
This mother's next hurdle is a physical one.
You know, I'm stitched all the way across, and so I'm still getting used to the new appearance and the newness of that, but my husband has loved me regardless, and so he has been my rock, and he has always made me feel beautiful.
Now cancer-free, Amanda reassures herself with the Bible verse.
Behold, I am the Lord. Is anything too hard for me? From Jeremiah.
Walking back through the doors of Morgan Elementary and knowing that life is going to move on has been a big thing for Amanda, and the kids have been the best medicine. Check out Amanda's office. Streamers, smiley emojis, confetti, and balloons.
It's hard just because the kids were so sweet. Seeing their love and compassion and everything pour out was amazing.
And their words are priceless.
Shine bright, Miss Farley. You're the best teacher ever. I love you so much.
And they really do adore Amanda Farley here at Morgan Elementary. Now, next steps for her include radiation and breast reconstruction. And Amanda, I cannot thank her enough for sharing her Friends in the Fight story with us at Local 6. And for more on breast cancer awareness and other survivor story, just visit our web channel, WPSDLocal6.com. At Morgan Elementary, I'm Stephanie Martinez, WPSD Local 6. It's really hard to find a truly safe place anywhere these days. Public venues are a target for violence. Schools, churches, concerts, and theaters have seen some of the worst bloodshed in recent years. So if you're a parent, you probably have questions. And the first one now being, how safe is the camp I'm sending my child to? I talked with Girl Scouts of Kentuckiana Chief Operations Officer Jennifer Wilcox, American Camp Association CEO Tom Rosenberg, and then Major Will Coursey with the Hopkins County Sheriff's Office. A dip in the lake and summer tans.
Welcome to Bear Creek Aquatic Camp, Girl Scouts of Kentuckiana.
It's almost time for kids to reconnect with friends in the great outdoors in Benton, Kentucky.
Girls who do come to camp year after year tell us is that they love to be here on the lake, even though they're on the lake all the time.
Chief Operations Officer Jennifer Wilcox says camp life is what you might remember. What's different is the world beyond the trees.
Parents have changed, society has changed, and parents' expectations have changed of organizations like Girl Scouts.
It's the same for West Kentucky 4-H Camp in Hopkins, Kentucky. Both camps adhere to American Camp Association standards. CEO Tom Rosenberg says ACA looks at building in-site evacuations and additional training.
The key is that every person on that staff understand their individual responsibilities as part of the greater plan.
Rehearsals will happen before the first camp session starts.
To make sure that everyone knows what to do when there is some kind of emergency in camp.
ACA standards include emergency exits, care of hazardous materials, emergency transportation, staff screening, and contact with local officials.
Bear Creek Aquatic Camp sits on 183 beautiful acres. As this organization continues to add to their safety standards, there's one protocol already in place that is set to grab the attention of counselors and campers on site. It's what you would think of as a tornado siren, except it's set up here as a Morse code depending on an emergency situation. There are a series of beeps and sounds that will come over our camp PA. Our staff will know that that particular series of beeps and sounds means we have a missing camper.
In the case of an active shooter, camps are working with a national protocol: run, hide, fight.
That is the protocol that law enforcement has encouraged us to use and to train with our staff. We will have, during our staff training, work with the law enforcement agency to ensure that our staff have identified where their hiding spots will be, so that they can train their campers appropriately. And then they'll know where the central relocation spot is once the all safe call has been made.
Calls for training come in almost daily to the Hopkins County Sheriff's Office. Major Will Coursey says there is no cookie cutter answer.
You know, it's here's your situation, you've got to respond to it, here's the information you need. Which one of these options is going to work for you?
Reality is we live in a different world. Times are changing. Jennifer says organizations have a choice.
We can either be proactive and lean in and be ready to provide our girls with a safe and wonderful environment, or they'll find their outdoor experience somewhere else.
After first impressions and before the first day, parents, ask your questions and address your concerns. Time at camp should come with a peace of mind for your camper and for you. In Benton, Kentucky, Stephanie Martinez, WPSD Local 6.